Hey everyone, what's going on? I am Rob, one member of the Boo Bros, and I'm here with Scott, Sammy, and Anthony. We're all members of the Boo Bros, and here to talk about some haunt related news. Yes, this early in the year because haunt is a all year round thing. Scott, Anthony, Tony, why don't you guys say hi and let's get this rolling.
Did he just say Scott, Anthony, and Tony?
Yes, I
Yeah.
did. Scott,
I just
Scott.
realized that. It's okay. Scott, Sammy, and Tony.
There you go.
We all have our individual channels. Scott, myself, Exploring Attractions, Tony, and Sammy over at the Nights of Horror, and of course Rob from the Howling Hour. So make sure that you're subscribed to all of us down below, and that you're subscribed to the Boo Bros channel to keep up to date with all the latest and greatest haunt news. Which we're about to do some hot takes today, guys, on a couple of different haunt events. I feel like it's about to get spicy. So why not we dive into the spiciness already with Halloween Horror Nights, and what the hell is that maze going to be in Curious George?
Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. That's all I got to say about it. That's what I think. I mean, it makes sense. I think it's hitting like a 35th anniversary this year. It'd be cool to have Nightmare on Elm Street, Dream Warriors come to the event. Easily one of the best Nightmare films to date, being the first one being the absolute best. But I would say Dream Warriors is a strong second in my list. It's just iconic music by Dokken. You got just the idea of these people going up against Freddy Krueger, and they call themselves the Dream Warriors. Like the name itself is badass. So if it is Nightmare 3, that'd be cool. But if it isn't, I mean, I'm excited to see what else. I'm hearing a lot of rumors and speculations everywhere. So Nightmare on Elm Street 3 though is my top choice, hopefully, for this area.
Honestly, I've seen a lot of people compare the current facade to Fear Street, the barn. I don't know. It just looks a little bit too wide for that, but also it's just a weird shape already. Like it's gonna be a house for sure. That's what it looks like, is a house.
All right, listen. Hot take. What if it's Curse of Pandora's Box 2?
Electric Boogaloo.
That's right. It's coming, guys. Beware.
No, but what were you gonna say, Tony?
I was gonna say, unless it's it could also be. I have seen the recent pictures. The facade does look massive. Does kind of look like it does look like a barn or a church, but it also could be the facade entrance of the hospital that takes place in Nightmare 3 too. So,
Sure, I think it's weird. Like, it definitely does look like one of two things. It looks like a church, like you said, or a barn. I don't think that it's a house per se. But you know what makes me happy is that we're actually gonna have a full-on facade there instead of just the Hill House poster.
What do you mean? That was the best facade of 2021, bro.
With the lighting
Electric.
and everything, it was so great.
listen, you go to Orlando and you see. Okay. This is my thoughts on that too. I walked into Orlando's and I immediately looked at the facade and I was like, I'm gonna be so disappointed in Hollywood. And then like literally the next week, Sammy and I go to Hollywood's and I look at the facade. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Look, man, it's unfair to compare Hollywood and Orlando.
It is, but it's like, come on, bro.
I will agree. I think that from the get-go, they had plans to have Hill House just like that. Like, because when we were doing the speculation during the pandemic and everything, one of the facades looked exactly like that. So I think it was a plan from the beginning, which kind of sucked.
Well,
but whatever.
I mean, we in Hollywood at this point, and I was telling Simon this earlier, it's mostly just for us to go to have a good time at this point.
I think that everyone's sleeping on Hollywood this year. I think for them to start construction this early, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, that gives me, I mean, for them to start construction so early, it kind of gives me hope that they have, I feel like, more of a plan, and they kind of have more of, they know where they're going, and just because they're starting it so early. As far as that, the setup over there in the Curious George parking lot, I'm one of those people that does think it's going to be Fair Street. I know, the setup looks a little, wider, but you never really know. I mean, we could all just be wrong, and it could be, Beetlejuice back there, and they're using some, some other some other scene that we're not thinking of. So, but just the fact that we are seeing the layout in there, we are seeing, wood go up. It just makes me excited, and I'm happy.
I really think that There's a lot of great guesses, and I think that as far as the rumors go, and what everyone's saying, it will definitely be one of them. But it would be pretty funny if it was like Sammy said, Curse of Pandora's Box or something.
Electric Boogaloo.
I think it'd be cool if it was an original, but like obviously, why would they have the first maze that they start working on be an original? That'd be
What
just
if
kind
it's
of
Texas Chainsaw Massacre coming back? Just kidding. I'm kidding.
well,
It's
just
not
After
coming back.
that
I was
movie,
also
no.
thinking that I was like, what about a barn? Texas Chainsaw, Netflix movie.
No, please don't.
I know
Yeah.
you weren't a fan of that one.
I hated it so much. There was nothing to
And
like about it.
I knew it was gonna be bad too. Like but it was one of those things that's like a new age movie, so it's like you got to get excited for it, like Scream. But it was
I
bad.
didn't even like Scream.
Scream was okay.
It was, yeah, Scream was okay. Or what if it is Scream back there? I mean, they have a house in Scream. It could be
God, I wish
Scream.
Scream would come to the event again.
2011. I'll
I
just
want-
leave that date in your guys' head. Do your research.
I want a Scream house. I want a Scream house.
Yeah, I don't want a Terror Tram.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah,
see.
I mean,
Ghostface come back.
on our latest one of our videos for the Terror Tram, Ghostface did comment on it, letting us know that
Ghostface commented on my video too.
said Universal should accept me at HHN this year. They ignored me too long now. What if that was John Murdy making a spoof account to let us know?
Yeah, I
take.
know. I just want to know why Ghostface commented on my speculation video saying, "Is there room for me at HHN this year?"
Listen, I'm just happy Ghostface is fans of our channel.
I know, right?
Like, that's iconic to me, bro.
On another note, I've seen lots of talks about the Weeknd, and I wanted to touch up on this. There's a bunch of other rumors out there, but they're all kind of, how do you say, untrustworthy. This one seems to be the one that everybody's been talking about. So my take on it is that like the Weeknd's music videos, like they have horror elements to them. The only issue is that his music isn't actually like dark or it's not. It doesn't typically fit in a horror maze.
Bro, I gotta disagree. If I'm going in and I hear freaking blinding lights, bro, I'm gonna dance the whole way through, man, and Rob's gonna dance with me.
I mean, you could probably do like a
That's
slow
right.
version of like Save Your Tears.
Well, here's my take on that. Because I know we were supposed to get Billie Eilish in 2020. That was like the rumor, and there was a lot of like actual evidence that backs that. But I didn't see Billie Eilish. Now, looking at the Weeknd, like, I watched a lot of breakdown on his music videos because I remember watching the music videos and being like, this is kind of weird. Like, this has nothing to do with what he's singing about. And
Sorry, drop my mic.
good job, Sammy. Anyway, if you look at the breakdowns of the videos, it tells like this story of like him, and there's always been those talks of like selling your soul in the music industry to get fame and stuff. It actually talks like if you break down this series of videos that he made, it talks about like him selling his soul to the devil, him like burying his old self to become the new him who he is today, and just kind of, being that whole devilish character that you see in a lot of his, it's like this creepy old man. So if they kind of went off something like that of like a devil character and stuff, like that could be really cool.
All right, hot take. What if it was an effect they did where you couldn't feel your face in the Weeknd maze? I don't know. Be electric.
It's like interactive element or something. They're pumping some kind of chemicals there.
Losh, if you're listening, I think we have a new shirt idea. That's Sammy's quote hot take.
Hot take. Can't feel my face. Boo Bros trademarked.
Trademark.
Rob, what's your take on it? Have you listened to any of the Weeknd's music?
Yes, I actually am a fan of the Weeknd, and here's the thing. His music and his music videos, I mean, they kind of like his music videos are very dark. The music I really don't think is dark, but at the same time, you can, I guess remix that music to have a darker spin on it. So, I mean, I feel like it wouldn't be a bad thing to have him come. I feel, people will be like, "Oh, the Weeknd, that's not horror," but at the same time, if you switch his music around, and with his music videos, anyone who's watched them, you can see that they have dark elements. But all you gotta do is tweak his music a little bit and walk through that maze, and yes, I will be dancing in a horrifying way.
I'd much rather prefer this over Billie Eilish. That's for sure.
Yeah, same.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think, and also the demographic will be a little bit better as far as fans coming to the event.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm all for it. Like I don't see an issue with it. It's also like you could have a music maze or like a maze based off of someone's music without the music. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily have to be his music. Something like let's say Alice Cooper. You know, it could be just a different story based around his music videos, just without the music playing. If you're kind
Well,
of
I think the fact, like you just brought up Alice Cooper, like I think us as fans, I'm kind of generalizing here. Us as fans see like, okay, well, Alice Cooper, that music's dark. That music has, all this symbolism. It makes a great maze. And you look at like the Weekend, and it's not in the Alice Cooper lane, so we kind of automatically like kind of dismiss it. But it could be in that lane done right.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 for sure. Like, I think that, and also it'd bring a lot more popularity to the event, which is both a good and a bad thing. Good
Yes.
being it brings them more money for higher budgets. Bad meaning it's going to be very, very busy.
Rob, did you just
Long.
compare the Weekend to Alice Cooper?
No, 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 no. I did not. Well, you maybe so.
He's saying the same lane.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I'm saying they're not in the same lane, so that's why like maybe horror fans wouldn't be as accepting as like a Weekend maze. But done right, I feel like a Weekend maze could thrive at a Horror Nights event.
I won't be happy till we get like an Iron Maiden or Misfits maze, but that's just
yeah,
me.
I'm still
I hear
slowing
you.
out of the way. They're missing the opportunities there.
Right there.
Metallica too, you
You get
know.
all the materials in the music right there. You can make that scary. Especially Iron Maiden alone. Just get Eddie and the Misfits, get the Fiend, boom, done.
What
Yeah, I
about the
think a
Mummy?
polka maze would
Have
be the
we?
best
There's
bet.
no facade picture for the Mummy, right?
So K-pop maze, I'm hearing.
What was that, Scott?
There's no facade for the Mummy yet.
Not that I know of. I mean, it's
Yeah,
kind of
I
hard to
haven't
get
seen
a good
anything
look at
yet.
that facade anyway. Usually it's on the opposite end from where you could see it from the escalators. However, I know they started the layout there.
Wouldn't it be badass if they just put like a classic monsters Mummy maze next to the Mummy?
That would
That'd
be
be cool.
cool.
That would be lit.
I'd be like,
They can
all right, now
advertise
go
it as
ride the
like go
ride.
ride the ride and then go check out the maze.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Perfect cross promotion there.
Yeah. Then next year they could do a Transformers maze there.
Mm.
Yeah, honestly, like a Transformers Decepticon maze, I would not be opposed to that.
All right, listen, hear me out here. All right, Super Nintendo will coming soon. All
Bowser.
right, Luigi's Mansion: The Maze.
Ooh. Honestly,
Ooh.
if they could get
Be
the rights
lit.
to that, like I know it's a far stretch, but that would be fucking awesome.
And you
Like
get
let's
and
be
you get a
real.
flashlight and everything and all that,
That
like
would
just
be
like
fucking
Trick or Treat
awesome.
Lights Out.
Yeah, exactly. They've done flashlight mazes at plenty of different haunts, including Knott. So why not do it for Luigi's Mansion?
Be amazing.
Dude, that would be.
That would make, I kid you not, every person in our age group or even older would be so happy
Dude,
with that because the first
that
one came out
maze
back
would
in like
be
the early 2000s.
popular. With a
So,
capital P.
homie Luigi, man, he needs more love.
As far as construction goes, though, we already kind of touched up on it. Do you guys, everyone's take, do you think it's a good or a bad thing that's starting early?
Good thing.
It's always good. I mean, that and we got confirmation Terror Trams returning this year. So that's, I
Yeah,
love
I
the Terror
forgot about
Trams.
that.
So that's one of my favorite. I mean, whether it's good or bad, I just love walking the sets of the Bates Motel and War of the Worlds. So, I mean, I'm always a fan of the Terror Tram, but I think it's a good sign that we're getting construction early. That means they have a plan already. They already got some mazes done, like written out, and Chris has already drawn them out and got the blueprints over to the creative team, and they're already getting a good on breaking ground with that. So I'm excited to see what we have in the next couple of months, and hopefully in the announcements coming in the next couple of months. So I'm ready.
Sammy, what about you?
I concur that it is a fantastic idea. It's better to think. I think it's better to get things done earlier. And my hope is, since they're starting early, that that means that we're gonna get less black walls. In the hopes because they're gonna have more time to build the maze and from top to bottom, really build a good quality maze. So I'm really hoping because they're gonna have more time, as long as budget is not a reason, that we will have less black walls, and less black walls equals a happier fan base, including myself.
And I think that it's a good thing to bounce off that. And like what Rob was saying earlier, it seems like they have more planned out like this event compared to last year, where it was all kind of last minute and there's last minute replacements and just a lot of different issues. So I think it's a good thing that they're set on this year's event, at least 90% somewhat set. But now we move into a more a more exciting thing for all of us. It's something that's coming very, very soon. That's right, everybody. Midsummer Scream officially announced all their information. The popular Halloween convention. We all love it. We're all great friends with Rick West. He's always been kind to all
Mm.
of us. And yeah, it's Midsummer Scream. The whole team there is just fantastic. So, Hollow Shadows is returning, first of all, and I don't think they've released the theme yet, right? For Hollow Shadows.
No, they
Oh no,
usually
they have.
don't.
Halloween Comes Home.
We did.
Yeah, Halloween Comes Home. Uh, yeah, there's nothing more on that. It just says that the Hollow Shadow returns with the theme of Halloween Comes Home.
Also going to be the name of the next reboot for Halloween.
That's true. That is pretty funny. And this convention is going to take place on July 29th and run until the 31st. So you have plenty of days to check out Midsummer Scream. And I know myself put up a video on it, and so did Tony, talking all about Midsummer Scream. So if you guys want to check that out, obviously check out our channel. What is the one thing that you guys walk into Midsummer Scream and you're just like, I need to do that right away?
Hall of Shadows, easily.
Yeah, I could say for Sammy and I, it's Hall of Shadows because we like to try to get in there before the panels start, and we like to walk the floor, see what vendors are there too. But I think the first thing we always head to is the Hall of Shadows, just to see a lot of our home haunt friends, see what they're going to be doing this year or stuff that they're bringing back just for the Midsummer Scream event. We like to walk the show floor right after, so we, around usually 1 o'clock, that's when we have to head upstairs for panels. But
You can
we try
spend
to
a
like to
lot of
walk the
money in
show
that
floor and do the
floor.
Hall of Shadows just to get that, check that out and see what vibes we can get from that. So.
Yeah, I also like to hit the restroom early. That's really important.
That's always a roller coaster of emotions in there.
Yeah,
you
I like
don't.
to. I like
You,
to. Oh, I'm sorry, Sammy. I didn't mean to cut you off.
yeah, you gotta get some weight off because it's a long day. So it gets real busy there. But go for it, Rob.
It's all very true. Well, I actually like to find the Nights of Horror and follow them around. Also, exploring attractions. Just kind of follow them around all day and record
Love that
everything
guy.
that they. Yeah,
That guy's SoCal exploring attractions.
SoCal Halloween Hour.
Yeah. I like they said, the Hall of Shadows is a must. But I like checking out the vendors and just everything that t-shirts. I love t-shirts. You show me a good haunt t-shirt, I'm gonna buy it, and then my wife's gonna steal it from me as she did with my Decayed Brigade t-shirt.
Oh no, no more
Yeah.
Decade for you.
Is Robin
You
robbing
need to get
you?
another one.
Yeah,
Robin robbed
me.
Rob.
Yeah, Robin
Wow.
robbed
Wow.
Rob.
Good job, Tony. Also, you can currently get tickets to Midsummer Scream if you guys are interested in going. Highly recommend the Gold Bat Pass because that is probably your best value, especially if you're going to be watching panels while also doing the haunted mini home haunts.
Also, I want to add into that. Tickets bought in 2020 will be honored for the 2022 event.
Yes, they will. That's a cool thing that Midsummer's doing. I'm pretty sure you just have to do something on the website, or do you know if you can just go up to the gate?
No, I think you just bring your 2020 ticket and they'll honor it. Because I remember we talked. Sam and I talked about this on our video, but basically like they early on in like 2021, I think, or 2020, they offered either refunds or you can hold on to your ticket and they'll honor it. So.
Yeah, there you go. A cool thing since obviously Midsummer Scream was canceled then, and they had their mini event, which was Awaken the Spirits, and now they're gonna honor the 2020 ticket. So that's really nice of Midsummer Scream to do. Like I said, we all love the team there. They're great. They always put on a good show, and they're always expanding too. Also, they're bringing something new this year. It's called the Museum of Halloween, which is exactly what it says in the name, a museum of Halloween. And I remember them doing something similar to this at Monster Palooza, where they just had a bunch of like statues of just horror figures and just a bunch of Halloween stuff. And I really enjoyed it because you can't really see that anywhere else. So happy that Midsummer Scream is doing their take on a museum of Halloween.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be cool, especially because it's supposed to be, traditional old school Halloween. So if you guys are fans of that, you can go in, check out a lot of the decorations and see what they got up in that museum. I mean, it's just a love letter to Halloween, and that's what this convention is. Sammy and I always express this convention as the Comic-Con for Halloween horror and haunt events and horror events. You know what I mean? So, it's a fun time, a great time with friends, lots of amazing panels, lots of great maze walkthroughs in the Hall of Shadows, lots of amazing vendors, and just all out a fun weekend.
And honestly, like you said, like it just overall, it's just a great vibe. It's a great thing to see everyone in the community. Obviously, it's hard for all of us boo bros to see each other since we're all so busy. But like this weekend, obviously, we're all gonna be there. We're all gonna be there all 3 days. So it's like it's nice because we can all just spend time and not have to worry about a thing going on in the world other than just the love for Halloween that we all have.
Yeah, I get to see Scott's beautiful face because I only get to see it like a couple times a year, and that's usually during Halloween season.
I know. I
I
just need to
see
move up to
Rob's
LA.
beautiful face all the time. Everybody doesn't know Rob's a legend in the business, and he's going to be a legend. So I keep preaching that. And Sammy is just he's coming all the way from Arizona, and it's great to see his beautiful face anytime. So,
I concur. My
and then
face is
there's me, the
beautiful.
wolf man who looks ugly. So,
And hell, maybe we can even do a Brew Bros podcast at Midsummer this year. Who knows?
hey,
Wait,
we
don't
did
say
it. Sammy
that.
and I pulled off a bunch of podcasts at Midsummer Scream one time, and we had a great little setup in the corner, nice little view on the outside. Looked awesome.
If we're big enough by then we'll for sure book a room. We'll do
Oh
a live
yeah,
podcast.
Rick, I'll hit
Rick.
you up soon.
Yeah, Rick, please.
That'd be awesome though. If we grow that big, we can work something out like that. Because I know they do a rent out podcast, a ballroom, so that'd be cool.
Yes, sir.
I know, guys. If you want to see it, make sure to hit that subscribe button with those bell notifications on and leave this podcast a like. Thank you.
Do it.
But I was gonna piggyback off that to kind of wrap up the Midsummer Scream thing. What do you guys all think as far as like Scare Farm and Horror Nights? What will be a big announcement during one of the panels? What do you guys think? Biggest announcement. It could be not even Scare Farm Horror Nights, Fright Fest too.
I mean,
Go
go ahead,
for it,
Sammy.
Tony. No, go for it, Tony.
I was just gonna say, Hornites and Knotts always come in with something new. We know that Paranormal left last season. If Knotts decides they want to bring back their media event like they did in 2019, I'm hoping that they do because that looked like a lot of fun. But if they bring that back, then I don't think we'll get too much from Knotts. Maybe a couple things here and there, maybe some room changes, or they'll just show off some stuff from the past. Halloween Horror Nights, I know we can expect a maze announcement of some sorts or any announcement for the event of some sorts because they always come to Midsummer Scream events with an announcement of some sorts. They did for Awaken the Spirits, and they've done it in the past Midsummer Screams as well. Hayride, I know they have a confirmed panel for sure, and hopefully we get to see an expansion on the lore of Midnight Falls. Especially last year, leaving us off with Monty Revolta as the new mayor of Midnight Falls. So I'm excited to see where they go from there. Fright Fest, I know they came in Awaken the Spirits last year with a new scare zone, and they announced a bunch of stuff as well. So I'm excited just to see who has the biggest announcement. I mean, so far I know our only confirmed one is Hayride, but we can probably expect something for sure from Horror Nights and maybe Knott's and Fright Fest. So I'm excited to see. Like I said, Comic-Con of horror and haunt conventions right here. This is like we're all sitting in Hall H trying to wait for the next Marvel movie announcement. Well, we're all sitting in the ballroom trying to wait for the next haunt announcement. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we can expect Knott to announce that this will be the final year of Pumpkin Eater.
Yes.
All I hear is faintly in the background.
Yes.
Oh, there goes my LED light.
That's how I'm gonna be in the ballroom. I'm gonna just be in the back when they're like, "This will be Pumpkin Year's final year." I'll be like, "Hell yeah, get rid of it!"
Yeah, and I hope Fright Fest also opens up another Q&A session so people can ask questions about Knott to Fright Fest.
Or they can ask questions like, "Why are you bringing back the same maze 6 years in a row?"
Yeah.
Hey, you watch him out there, York.
And I think Universal will do a deep dive into their alleged Universal Monsters mummy maze, as well as announce a scare zone. Those are my early predictions.
I think they'll announce scare zones at this year's panel. To be honest, for Horror Nights.
I mean, I have Horror Nights announcing their Scream Queens maze, so I don't know about the Mummy one,
Scream
Sammy.
Queens.
But
Haven't they
yes.
talked about this before, or at least Birdie?
Don't know, but that's what I think's coming next year for like their Universal Monster maze is like a Scream Queens maze.
Oh, I thought you were
What
talking
about
about.
Spirits and Demons of the East?
I thought you were talking about the stupid show with Ariana Grande and everything.
I heard nothing but good things about that show, so I wouldn't mind seeing it.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, "Oh, that was so random, Rob."
Yes,
No, I
I'm
get
secretly
the
an
Universal
Ariana
Monster
Grande
Scare
fan.
Zone last year.
I
Yes,
knew
yes.
that.
That'd be awesome. I
It's on
would
his
take
workout
Mummy in a
playlist every
heartbeat,
morning.
though, to
It
be
is.
honest.
It's on my Clang and Bang playlist, Ariana
Yeah.
Grande.
You know what else they're gonna announce is The Walking Dead is coming back for another year.
Yes, so excited.
more
More
zombies.
dead than ever.
Yeah, more
I also
zombies than ever.
I feel like earlier prediction there will be some big announcement for Knott's. Like just some really big announcement that's gonna shock everybody.
Yeah, they're getting rid of Origins. I'm just
Dude,
kidding.
that would
Whoa,
suck.
bro! You
There
just
would be
stepped over a
everyone would
line.
walk out of that damn ballroom.
The Origins of Forsaken Lake.
No, I think Tony's right. If Knott's is gonna do their announcement thing again, I think we're to expect very little announcements from them because they like to save it for their announcement.
It might be like how they, if you guys paid it, went to Midsummer Scream in 2019, they did a little kind of I know they showed some like concept stuff for what was
Dark
it?
Ride.
Dark Ride, but also Special Ops, how they, thought about taking it over to, Soak City, doing a whole thing there, and then taking people back. That was a thing. And then they announced a new room for Dark Ride. I remember that, like a security room and stuff. So that was cool. So
How
for Knott's, I can expect something like that.
how insane would that be? But like if Knott's brought back like a special ops kind of that where could shoot stuff, but like it was over at Soak City, like I would cry.
I was hoping you were gonna say the shooter of Dark Entities, but Silk City's also cool.
That'd be freaking awesome though, like being at Knott's.
That'd be dope. I would love it. And I know Sammy and I have been also throwing out the idea of them giving Dark Entities the special ops treatment where, it makes the aliens more, it makes it more of a fun maze where you get to shoot aliens now instead of, zombies. So
No, I agree. Dark Entities is like not the greatest maze, and I think adding a shooter to that would definitely amp it up a little bit more.
It's the best maze at the park. What are you talking about?
Pumpkin Eater is the best maze at the park.
No, Dark Entities is better because you never have to wait.
Literally, you just walk right in.
This
Love
is
it.
true. This is true.
You can walk through that maze. You can do the 30 maze challenge and walk through it 30 times.
Yeah.
Well, and also you get to, because there's never anyone in line, you get to basically be alone in there, which makes it more terrifying if your name is Tony, because
Fuck off.
he hates that thing with a passion. I get lost in here, so
I
he
will
has to
say that
leave.
maze is
but-
kind of terrifying.
Listen, okay? You grow up watching Alien 2, you'd get terrified. Rob knows.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of like the doorway that you walk through that just vibrates the hell out of you.
Yeah,
That's a nice
I hate
massage,
that.
bro.
I hate that.
Yeah, I hate that thing, dude. I feel like I'm just like my brain.
Dude, okay, but okay, imagine this though. Imagine laying on it, bro, and it goes on your back.
If you're laying on it, yeah.
A nice comfortable chair, just sit there for like 5 minutes, get a good massage in.
Yeah.
You're ready to go.
That ain't a massage chair, that's massage room.
Like, why is Dark Entities a 3-hour wait? Well, there's some guy in there with the massage chair who just won't get out.
This is going to be the title of the video. Sammy brought a massage chair into Dark Entities, not clickbait.
It's gonna be him with like the shocked emoji and him sitting on a chair. Speaking of a maze that's right next to it is Paranormal Inc. Obviously, it's not returning this year, so I really don't know what's gonna replace it at all. Like I have no clues or no idea on what that theme is gonna be. But I'm telling you guys, that is a great maze location, so it better not disappoint.
Sammy, drop him with the knowledge of your idea.
Do it,
All
Sammy.
right. This goes out to all the loyal listeners out there. If you know, you know. What I'm about to say is we need lights out treatment for that maze. Come back for one more year. Give us the flashlights. We know you have them from Trick or Treat. And then we get to go in there with the flashlight.
You want Paranormal to be lights out?
Yeah, 100%. Because that thing would be absolutely terrifying.
It would be insane like with lights out.
Sammy, just drop the mic right now, because fuck, that was some knowledge right there.
Let's just do a whole year where it's lights out.
I'm down. Every maze, just lights out treatment.
No. Don't do that to Mesmer, and please don't do that to Origins.
Do that to Dark Ride though?
Mesmer
Oh,
golden. Cool. I hope they
Pumpkin Eater lights out.
Honestly, I would keep Mesmer forever.
So, and that's another thing I want to touch on. Confirmation today. Today, as of today's recording, there's something that happens over here on the West Coast at Knott's called March Madness, where a lot of the monsters meet up. It's the midway point of haunt, where it's almost haunt season. And one of my friends was actually on the train, and anyone that goes to Knott's for years, they know they keep mazes for a couple years. We all knew this was going to come back, but we officially got confirmation. Mesmer will be returning to the event for 2022. The facade and everything is still up. So I'm excited because that was one of my favorite mazes, and it's probably one of my favorite mazes thus far.
Yeah, for sure. 10 out of 10. That, like I said, that's probably one of the best haunt mazes I've ever been through. That's comparing to all the haunts I've been to in my life, and I wouldn't change that at all. Origins is right up there too. And if Knott's keeps performing like this and does something to replace paranormal with something even greater than that, then Knott's is killing it, and they have been killing it for the past couple of years.
100% agree, man. Knott's, in my opinion, in the West Coast is the premier haunt event.
Well, you have Fright Fest.
Oh well,
Hey,
when it comes down to Fright Fest, I think Rob and I are in agreement that scare zones are they go up against Knott's. I'm not gonna lie.
Fright Fest is more of like legit. Like I know Tony said like, oh, we would go to like now we're going to HHN like, and it's just fun. But like Fright Fest is legit like fun at an affordable price.
If you ever want to see Rob laugh so hard, you got to just sit in City Under Siege with Blue Clown and Pink Clown, because I have a clip of Rob laughing so hard of Blue Clown laying in front of a wagon, acting like he's going to get hit by it. And I've never heard Rob laugh so hard. I repeat the clip multiple times because it's just it brings me joy. So
it's just it was funny, and I don't know why, like him almost dying. Maybe because I got hit by a car, so I think like when someone else gets hit by a car, like it's gonna be fun. It's funny. So I don't know. It just it just like kind of bangs on my funny bone.
Maybe since I had surgery, I laugh at whenever the dark entity surgery is going on.
It's funny to hear Rob laugh. I mean, Rob can because me and Rob, I think what do we do, like 2 or 3 trips?
Yeah, we did. I think you did 3 and I did 2 with you.
Did 2, yeah. Shout out to all the monsters hooking us up with some comp tickets that we're friends with, man. We appreciate the hell out of you guys. But it was cool because like the first night Rob and I went, I had never been to the event, and Rob was like, I was like, let's go, and so we made a trip, and we did all the mazes. We had a great time. And then like the last 2 trips that I did and the last trip that Rob did, we just chilled in the scare zones because we were just so entertained with City Under Siege because we knew so many people in there, and we would just sit there and laugh. Just blue crown, green clown, and pink clown. Blue crown. Yeah. Like that game, what is it? Fall Guys? Instead of a gold crown, it was a blue crown. So but all the clowns were just hilarious. Trix, our good friend Trix, is very talented. Got to finally see her in her environment. That was really cool. So and then we got to meet a lot of new people in the scare zones that are some of our good friends today. So
yes.
That's the best thing about me going to haunts, is just meeting new people and hopefully getting them on the show, and then just building relationships and friendships for years to come.
Speaking of confirmation, like we were talking about Mesmer, to wrap this up, there's a little subtopic I want to talk about, and that's the fact that it is confirmed that Deathwater Bayou will be returning to HollowScream San Diego. The entire maze is still up. That was, at least in my opinion, the best maze of that event. And it's still up, it's still standing, and I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon, because if it was, they would have already removed it. So that's a confirmation right there of a returning house to HollowScream.
I didn't get to go to HollowScream this year, and I wanted to. And if gas prices keep going up, then I don't think I'm going to go this year either.
Yeah, no, just get your ticket, and you're gonna go with me and Robin.
Okay, then I'll do that.
Yeah, because I'm happy that, I mean, from what you're saying, Scott, that HollowScream is going to return, because I did have some complaints about the event, but overall I saw the possibility, and I did have a good time with the mazes. The mazes were fun and entertaining. I'm going to disagree with you as far as was it Deathwater Bayou being
you like Nightmare Experiment, didn't you?
I did. I loved Nightmare Experiment. For whatever reason, I thought it had a different vibe of like the whole kind of doctor going crazy kind of thing, and it was like a running asylum, and I did enjoy that one.
I would like Nightmare Experiment a little bit more if it was enclosed. That's the only issue I had with it.
I could see that more immersive.
Yeah, at least
you know what I think they need? They need to bring this new maze here. It's a great concept. Listen here, HollowScream. Revenge of Shamu, the maze.
I'm for it.
That
You
is
walk through
that
the
is
tank and
that
you see
is that
Shamu,
is
and
really
then
dark.
you walk through the tank at first. You see Shamu. He looks pissed off. It's the real Shamu. And then you go into the maze, and it's just boom, like the killer whale from the Pinocchio ride.
Oh, but
Monstro.
Yeah.
Monstro.
Also,
Um,
get rid of Simon Slaughterhouse because I didn't like that maze.
I mean, I liked it. I thought it was nothing new, nothing I haven't seen before. But I think it was a good one of those solid slaughterhouse kind of mazes. I think every event, I think I liked it so much it reminded me of something I would have seen or saw at Six Flags. So I think that's kind of why I liked it. But I mean, if you replace it with something else that's better,
I
then
think that the big issue that I had with it was the fact that it rubbed me so wrong that it felt like Red Barn, and I absolutely hated Red
okay,
Barn. With the
okay, yeah, I could see that.
Red Barn 2
To
Gunslinger's
Gunslinger's
Revenge.
Revenge.
Yes.
Gunslinger's Revenge.
We want it. Give it to us, Knott. I
No,
want it.
bring back Gunslinger's Revenge. Bring back that location. Why don't you?
That was a good location.
That
And
was.
that actually gives relevance to actually really go through Forsaken Lake.
But
I mean,
speaking
I
to
love that
wrap
maze.
up, HollowScream, one thing that I hope they do is they add at least one or two more houses. I think then it'll be a good building plan for them as far as like what the future looks like for HollowScream.
Yeah, I need same thing. I probably need two more houses and also some more food options
Yeah, that was definitely an
because
issue.
yeah, a bag of chips and one slider is not going to cut it for someone of my size.
Hey, you're supposed to be
And
losing weight.
I am losing weight, but a bag of chips is not going to help me when I'm walking 30,000 steps through this park.
Look,
So,
man, HollowScream was able to give us on media night an open bar with an open buffet.
well,
They can give us some damn
So what I'm
restaurants
hearing
open
is
up.
next year, me, Scott, and Rob are all going to media night
Hell yeah,
just for the open bar.
yes.
exactly.
Well, I mean, I don't
Open
drink,
bar
but I'll
was
watch
the
you guys
best thing.
drink.
They won me over right there.
Yeah, I think I'll have a nice Jack and Coke. They got Modelo out there. It's San
They had
Diego. You're near the border.
everything. They had
They got to have
everything.
Modelo.
They had everything.
So
And I need another show. I need one more show
Yeah,
besides the circus show.
And the circus show needs to not be so long.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't-
that was maybe 20 minutes, 15 minutes.
Hopefully they
Yeah.
take all this feedback though, and I guess we'll really see if, and we've talked about this in podcasts before last year, Rob, me and you specifically, if they go on and change everything that needed to be changed, then I'll be like, damn, they do have a bright future. If it stays relatively the same, then it's like, okay, well, this event's not going to do very good.
Yeah, well, I mean, and I said it before, like it being their first year of doing this event, I was gonna give them a lot of grace as far as like kind of mishaps. But next year I think is where we see maybe if there was 10 things wrong that I saw from last year and they fix 4 or 5 of those things, I'm gonna account that as like a win or a positive thing where they're
improvement.
improving. Yeah, an improvement. So, again, I'm excited for it. Me and Robin did have a fun time with the exception of again the food, and we had a little issue with getting in and getting our our ticket or our lanyard and all that kind of stuff that took us a really long time. So a couple things, fix a couple things, and I think this event is a banging event to go to.
Yeah, and I mean, as far as that goes, I feel like this is a pretty chill haunt talk. We had fun with it.
It was a good one. No, we haven't done this in a while,
There's
and
more to go.
we need to
There's
do
more
these
to
more
come.
often leading into haunt season.
Yeah, guys. The Boo Bros podcasts are always fun, and it's nice when we can just sit here and chill and make jokes and laugh. Because at the end of the day, that's what we like to do with this podcast, more than just having it so structured and everything. It's just kind of like have a conversation and have fun.
You're a liar.
That got me off guard.
And then you had funny people like that.
By the way, that's a sound clip on my Twitch page. So if anyone wants to redeem those points, it's great.
I feel like that's like that's just my like a shirt of mine.
I feel like Nights of Horror is gonna make that shirt soon. Like I've already been thinking about it, so might even brand it with Boo Bros. So
Well, everyone, as far as our own personal channels, you can find that link down below in the description. And if you're listening on Spotify or any other platform, make sure to come over to the Boo Bros channel on YouTube because you're missing out if you're not.
Yeah, you don't want to miss out.
Also, be sure to follow all our East Coast brothers too. They do a lot of hard and tirelessly amazing content. And Eddie's been on a roll. That's my boy. East versus West all the way.
Yeah,
OG.
we're a little bit better than them, but yeah, go follow them.
I mean, they got HHN Orlando, so I mean, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
you go over there and you can be
They-
entertained.
They outweigh us.
Yeah, they
as far
do.
as the-
But I will say this: we got more haunts than them, and that includes
True.
home haunts too.
That's true.
And
I
ask
can't wait
yourself,
till we
have
all
you been
get on a
entertained?
podcast. Well, everybody, I'm Scott from Exploring Attractions.
I'm Anthony, and that's Sammy from the Nights of Horror.
I am Rob from the Howling Hour.
And we've
Nine,
been
Jeff.
the Boo Bros. That's been Jeff. He lives in Virginia.
My name's Jeff.
Peace out, y'all. Stay spooky.